The year is 2001. Enron Corporation, a titan of the energy industry, stands at the precipice. Whispers travel through Wall Street. Something is amiss. Numbers don't add up. Profits seem impossible. The world watches, captivated, as a company once lauded for its innovation teeters on the brink of collapse. Enron built its empire on a foundation of smoke and mirrors. Complex accounting tricks created an illusion of prosperity. Whistleblowers emerge, their voices trembling with fear and determination. The government launches an investigation exposing the rot at the core. The Enron scandal sends shockwaves shaking the foundations of corporate America. Enron's origins were humble, born from a merger in 1985. Kenneth Lay, with boundless ambition, took the helm. Lay envisioned Enron as a pioneer in energy trading. Jeffrey Skilling, LA's protege, shaped Enron's aggressive growth strategy. The seeds of Enron's downfall were sown in these early years. Throughout the 1990s, Enron's star ascended rapidly. The company's stock price soared, fueled by its image as a visionary leader. Enron diversified into broadband, international markets, and weather derivatives. Beneath the surface, cracks began to appear. The whispers continued, but they were drowned out by the roar of Enron's success. The culture within Enron was one of relentless ambition and cutthroat competition. Employees were pushed to the limit, rewarded for results, and discarded if they failed. Ethical considerations were brushed aside in the relentless drive for growth. Lay and Skilling presided over this toxic culture, blinded by ambition and greed. The whispers of dissent were silenced, drowned out by the allure of wealth. At the heart of Enron's deception lay mark-to-market accounting. This method allowed Enron to book potential future profits as current income. Enron exploited this loophole, inflating its projected profits. The complexity of Enron's accounting practices served as a smokescreen. The pressure to maintain the illusion of prosperity was immense. Enron's web of deception ensnared prestigious financial institutions. Investment banks facilitated Enron's complex financial transactions. Credit rating agencies maintained Enron's investment-grade credit rating. Some analysts and journalists began to raise questions. The house of cards was beginning to tremble. As the 21st century dawned, cracks in Enron's facade became difficult to ignore. In 2001, investigative reports exposed the company's questionable accounting practices. The SEC launched a formal investigation, sending Enron's stock price into a tailspin. Enron's auditors, Arthur Andersen, came under intense scrutiny. The collapse of Enron sent shockwaves throughout the global economy. Sharon Watkins, a VP at Enron, discovered accounting irregularities. She penned an anonymous memo to CEO Kenneth Lay, warning of inappropriate practices. Lay failed to heed Watkins's pleas for transparency. Watkins's memo, leaked to the press, ignited a firestorm of scrutiny. The walls were closing in and there was nowhere left to hide. Enron found itself in the crosshairs of a full-blown criminal investigation. The SEC, FARC, and DOJ launched inquiries to unravel the web of deceit. The media descended upon Enron's headquarters, capturing every twist and turn. The DOJ filed criminal charges against Enron executives. The Enron trials captivated the nation, as the architects of the fraud faced justice. The price of truth: retribution and ruin. The Enron trials resulted in a string of guilty pleas and convictions, sending shockwaves through the corporate world and reaffirming the public's belief that even the most powerful individuals are not above the law. Lay, Skilling, and Fasto, the masterminds behind Enron's elaborate fraud, received lengthy prison sentences. Their fall from grace a stark reminder of the price of unchecked greed and corporate malfeasance. The collapse of Enron had a profound impact on the lives of thousands of people. Employees, many of whom had invested their life savings in company stock, lost their jobs, their pensions, and their faith in corporate America. Investors, both large and small, saw their portfolios decimated. their trust in the financial markets shaken to its core. The scandal cast a long shadow over the energy industry and the accounting profession, leading to sweeping reforms aimed at preventing similar disasters in the future. The Enron scandal exposed a systemic failure of corporate governance, regulatory oversight, and ethical leadership. It revealed the dangers of a culture that prioritizes profit above all else, a culture that breeds arrogance, recklessness, and a disregard for the rules. The collapse of Enron served as a wake-up call, a stark reminder that the pursuit of wealth and success must be tempered by integrity, accountability, and a commitment to the greater good. The trials, justice, and accountability. The eyes of the world turned to Houston as the trials of key Enron executives commenced. The air crackled with tension, each day's proceedings broadcast live, a public dissection of greed, deceit, and the fragility of corporate titans. The prosecution, armed with mountains of evidence and a team of seasoned attorneys, meticulously laid out the case against Lay, Skilling, Fasto, and others, their voices echoing through the solemn courtroom. Former employees, some complicit, others caught in the crossfire, took the stand, their testimonies painting a vivid picture of the pressure cooker environment at Enron, the win-at-all-costs mentality, and the fear that silenced dissent. The jury listened intently, tasked with sifting through complex financial data, deciphering accounting jargon, and ultimately, judging the actions of men who had once seemed invincible. The trial stretched on for months, a legal and emotional roller coaster. Verdicts, when they finally came, were met with a mix of satisfaction and disappointment. Lay and Skilling, the architects of Enron's downfall, were found guilty on multiple counts of conspiracy and fraud, facing decades in prison. Fasto, the mastermind behind many of the company's shady accounting practices, struck a plea deal, agreeing to testify against his former colleagues in exchange for a reduced sentence. The convictions of Lay, Skilling, and others sent a clear message. No one, not even the most powerful CEOs, is above the law. The Enron trials, though imperfect, offered a measure of accountability, a sense that justice, though delayed, had been served. Yet the human cost of the scandal, the shattered lives and broken dreams, remained a stark reminder of the far-reaching consequences of corporate greed. Beyond the boardroom collateral damage and human cost. While the trials focused on Enron's legal ramifications, the human cost unfolded far from the courtroom. Thousands of employees lost everything, their retirement accounts evaporated overnight. The ripple effects extended globally, shattering financial security and eroding trust in corporate America. Former employees grappled with shame, anger, and betrayal, but found strength in community and activism. Shifting sands. The aftermath and legacy of Enron. The Enron scandal sent shockwaves through the halls of government, prompting a wave of legislative reforms aimed at restoring public trust in corporate America. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002 passed with bipartisan support, imposed stricter accounting regulations, enhanced corporate governance standards, and provided greater protection for whistleblowers. The act, though not without its critics, represented a significant step towards greater transparency and accountability in the financial markets. The Enron scandal also had a profound impact on business schools and corporate boardrooms across the country. Ethics, once a peripheral topic in many MBA programs, took center stage, as business leaders grappled with the importance of integrity, accountability, and corporate social responsibility. The scandal served as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the reputational and financial damage that can result from a culture of greed and unchecked ambition. The Enron scandal forever changed the way investors and regulators approached corporate financial reporting. The days of blind trust in audited financial statements were over. Investors became more discerning, demanding greater transparency and accountability from the companies they invested in. Regulators, chastened by their failure to prevent Enron's collapse, adopted a more proactive approach, scrutinizing corporate filings more closely and holding companies accountable for their actions. The legacy of Enron is complex and multifaceted. It is a story of ambition, greed, and the corrosive effects of power. But it is also a story of resilience, reform, and the enduring importance of ethical conduct in business. The Enron scandal, though a dark chapter in American corporate history, served as a catalyst for change, reminding us that the pursuit of profit must never come at the expense of integrity, transparency, and accountability. The Unraveling, a tapestry of greed and deception. The Enron scandal, a saga of ambition run amok, unfolded like a Greek tragedy, its characters both architects and victims of their own hubris. From humble beginnings to meteoric rise, Enron's story captivated the world, its success a testament to deregulation and financial engineering. Beneath the veneer lay a rotten core, a web of deceit concealing the company's true financial state. Mark-to-market accounting allowed Enron to book future profits as current earnings, creating an illusion of prosperity. Off-the-books partnerships disguised mounting debt and inflated earnings, perpetuating the facade of success. The culture within Enron encouraged a relentless pursuit of profit at all costs. Ethical boundaries were blurred, dissent silenced, and warning signs ignored. Journalists, analysts, and whistleblowers like Sharon Watkins exposed the truth. The unraveling was swift and brutal. The house of cards crumbled under the weight of its own contradictions. Enron's stock price plummeted, wiping out billions in shareholder value and shattering dreams of countless employees. Echoes of Enron, a legacy of reform and reflection. The Enron scandal, though a tragedy for many, served as a wake-up call for corporate America, a stark reminder that the pursuit of profit must never come at the expense of ethical conduct, transparency, and accountability. The scandal triggered a wave of reforms, including the passage of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002, aimed at restoring investor confidence, strengthening corporate governance standards, and preventing similar disasters in the future. The echoes of Enron continue to reverberate through the halls of academia, corporate boardrooms, and the chambers of government. The scandal sparked a renewed focus on ethics in business, prompting business schools to integrate ethical decision-making into their curricula, and corporations to establish codes of conduct and ethics hotlines. The role of whistleblowers, once viewed with suspicion and mistrust, gained greater recognition and protection, as their courage in speaking truth to power became a cornerstone of corporate accountability. The Enron scandal, though a painful chapter in American history, has left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. It serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that the pursuit of wealth and success must be tempered by integrity, a commitment to the greater good, and the courage to challenge unethical behavior. As we move forward, it is our collective responsibility to learn from the mistakes of the past, to hold our leaders accountable, and to build a more ethical and sustainable future for all. If you found this exploration of the Enron scandal captivating, be sure to like this video and subscribe to Oblivion Unlocked for more intriguing stories that delve into the shadows of history, uncovering the hidden truths and forgotten mysteries that have shaped our world.